What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. So I want to focus in on Luc Robitaille last night. Lucky Luke at the LA Kings banner raising ceremony. The really into it and said Los Angeles has become the world's best hockey market before the Kings lost 4-0 at the hands of San Jose. People are you upset? I just think he exaggerated a little bit. You got to take the comments with a grain of salt. For one, he was trying to get the crowd going on Stanley Cup banner night. Can't fault with that, but I'd say LA is a better than average hockey market. I'd say Southern California on the whole in the last decade has really made amazing strides towards being a legitimate hockey market with the Ducks and Kings winning cups, icing perennial great teams perennially, and just the amount of young talent that's come out of there. The youth programs in Southern California, producing some really talented young players is all factored into Robitaille's proclamation. But just to make that kind of broader statement, it's like, Luke, you might want to take a step back here. I mean, 4, 5, 6 years ago when the Kings were struggling, that the A-list celebrities weren't showing up. Likewise, like how they're not going to the Lakers games anymore because they suck. So, and I think does David Beckham go to a Tuesday night game in February against Winnipeg? I don't think so. I don't know the back schedule that well, but I'd assume not. So, from the celebrity portion of it, that's always been a cool dynamic, especially since the Kings, started becoming good a couple years ago. But, they weren't there when they sucked. The C and D listers are showing up, not the A listers. A listers like, Cuba Gooding Jr., which it's a different story entirely. But, you catch my drift. And, I think you can to say that it's a slap in the face of the traditional markets that have had long traditions of excellence and having not only great NHL teams but great players come out of the areas. And I just think it's something that I think LA could eventually become one of the best hockey markets in the world. I just think on sheer numbers and the amount of love and passion that's grown for the game recently, and again the rise of youth hockey in Southern California. I'd say it's entirely possible, but at the same time you got to look at it, take it with a grain of salt, and say let's look at where we are now. The strides that have been made again in recent years are huge, but still not exactly it's not overtaking Detroit, Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Minnesota, any of those places just yet. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's why this episode of the Power Play with CJ on Luc Robitaille's comments about LA as a hockey market. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.